here comes your the part 2 of the topic Kushan invaders. In this video, you will learn about the developments made by the Kushan Empire in the Gandhara region. First of all, I will tell you the first development, that is crossroads of culture. By the time of the Kushans, the area of today's Pakistan was Hellenized, and you all know that the Hellenized means influenced by the Greek ideas. Kushan rulers and nobles could probably speak Greek, although the actual language used at that time was the Kushan language, a Persian language. Many Greek and Roman artifacts have been found in Gandhara. For example, Greek statues, a bronze mirror decorated with the head of Dionysus, and coins from many areas. Gandhara was the center of Kanishka's huge empire. Its borders met the borders of the other important civilization in the west. By the reign of this Emperor Trajan, the Kushan Empire almost touched the Roman Empire, and in the east, land of the Kushan Empire came into contact with the China. The Kushans sent their ambassadors to the China and Rome. In this way, Gandhara was a great crossroads of culture. Anyone traveling between the Roman Empire and the China had to pass through this area. These contacts were important in encouraging the development of art, architecture, science, and learning. So let's have a look on all this one by one. First, the Buddhism developed in the Gandhara region. Kushans accepted different religions. We know this because their coins show figures of gods and goddesses of religions, including Zoroastrianism, Hinduism, Buddhism, as well as religions from the Persian, Greek, and Roman areas. By accepting all these different religions, it was easier for the Kushans to keep their empire peaceful. Kanishka himself, however, converted to Buddhism. He has been called a second Ashoka because, like Ashoka, he tried to spread Buddhism in his empire and other countries and built stupas and monasteries. Here in this slide, you can see a picture of the stupa built by the Kanishka in the Peshawar city, and it was the same stupa in which the Kanishka was converted from Hinduism to the Buddhism. By now, at that time, Buddha had been dead for 500 years, and the religion in the Gandhara region was changing. There were two types of Buddhism developed at that time. The first type was Hinayana Buddhism. It was a very simple type of the Buddhism, but it was strict because in which images of Buddha were not allowed, so artists used symbols. For example, the pair of footprints they used in the sculpture. The other type of the Buddhism was Mahayana Buddhism. It was less strict and allowed images of Buddha, so it was widely accepted in the Gandhara region. Now, in the Gandhara, as a result of mixing of people from different places and the mixing of the religions, a new type of Buddhism emerged. From Gandhara, Buddhism spread all over the Kushan Empire. Gandhara style of art. In Gandhara, especially in the Taxila city, now that the Buddhists could make images of the Buddha, a new style of art developed known as Gandhara School of Art. Buddha and Buddhism were shown in new ways, which made them seem more human. Gandhara statues were made of a soft grey local stone. Gandhara was also influenced by the foreign cultures and art. The Gandhara school artists used a Greco-Roman style, one that is both Roman and Greek, with the Buddhist subject matter. Many works of the art also show the skills of Indian and Persian craftsmen. Best examples of the art showing both Greek and Roman influence have been found in and around Peshawar, Sawat, and Taxila and date from the 2nd century AD. Many people can see similarities between Roman and Gandhara statues. With the spread of Buddhism, the Gandhara school of art style spread too. It had a big influence on sculpture in Central Asia and even China, Korea, and Japan. Gandhara's architecture, as well as art, Gandhara architecture was also influenced by both East and West. Kushans built many religious buildings. Taxila was surrounded by Buddhist monuments, and Kanishka built thousands of Buddhist stupas and monasteries all over his empire. Some were built and decorated by Greek craftsmen. Kanishka's largest stupa was a wooden tower built near a monastery at Peshawar, where Kanishka converted to Buddhism, as I told you earlier. Historians think it was 200 meters high. Underneath it were some relics of Buddha. The base was 87 meters wide and can still be seen. Kanishka built many new buildings also in Peshawar and Taxila. The Sirsukh section of the modern city of Taxila has the ruins of a Buddhist university and also a Zoroastrian temple from that time. Development in the literature and medicine. Under Kanishka, there were advances in literature and the sciences. Kanishka himself may have written plays and poems, and scholars such as the Buddhist writers Nagarjuna and Aswaghosha came into the capital Taxila. A Buddhist monk Charaka, who was the doctor of the court, developed the branch of the Indian medicine known as Ayurvedic. Students, Ayurvedic branch was known from the Vedic times and it was based on the herbal treatment and still used today. Charaka also developed a wide range of surgical techniques and wrote an encyclopedia of medicine. Now, I'll tell you about how Gandhara declined. For a time after Kanishka's death, Kushan Empire remained large and powerful, but in AD 230, a new dynasty named Sasanians had emerged in the area of Persia. The king Shahpur I seized the Kushan capital in the Peshawar and he also captured Taxila and the city declined rapidly. King Shahpur broke up the Kushan Empire into very small kingdoms, and after more than 200 years of success and wealth, the Kushan Empire was at an end. But soon, a new dynasty was to arise, richer and grander than the Kushan one. It was the Gupta dynasty, and it brought the classical age, a great flowering of culture, to large areas of the subcontinent. And this is our next topic in the next slides. Here, this was all from the Gandhara, and now we will move on towards the assignment covering this topic. Let's have a look on the assignment. Here are some questions you need to do on your notebooks and you will send it to me. I'll read it for you. First question is, who were Kushans? What was Silk Road and why it was very important for Kushans? What famous buildings were made by Kanishka? How did Gandhara decline? Name the religions accepted by the Kushans. Write down goods produced in subcontinent and also exported to the Rome. So you need to write the goods produced in the subcontinent and also the goods exported to the Rome. Next question is, what was the complaint about the cost of the goods imported from the India? So you need to write about the complaint and who had written that complaint. Last question is, write at least 5 points on each development in Gandhara during the Kushan Empire. So please take care of yourself, do this assignment on the time. Till then, take care of yourself.